Welcome to the Scam Economy with your host, Matt Bender.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Scam Economy Post Show. I am your host. Ooh, and my green screen's a little bit off there. I am your host, Matt Binder. That's right. And it is a pleasure to see you all tonight on this beautiful Thursday night. A little bit slow tonight. Maybe Thursday is. Geez, what's going on Thursdays lately? Well, last week it was Friday. September's been a weird month. Let me tell you. It's just been slow, extremely slow, extremely slow. I have stats in front of me, analytics from YouTube and the podcast has actually, interestingly, pretty much been the same. But YouTube and Twitch and Patreon and just everything was on a constant upward trajectory month after month after month. And all of a sudden, September hits and we just go, woo! So I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope it's just everyone getting back into the end of summer, back to fall, school, if you're in work, if you've probably been working during the summer, but, maybe you took time off and now you're back fully. I hope it's everyone's just getting used to that. Had a lot of people cancel Patreon this month due to loss of job or financial difficulty. So I hope that's not saying something broader on the way here. But speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/MattBinder to support what I do over on this show and Doomed. And I want to take the opportunity to thank the fine folks who have subscribed to the Patreon this past week. Jake, Kerry W, Pointless Stick Animation, Stephen S, and Mitch P. Thank you all so much. And I do want to, when Mitch joined, he sent a nice little message to me. Thanks for Scam Economy. I've been so sick of the deluge of BS hype surrounding crypto. It's so refreshing to hear some reasonable skepticism. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot. There's a lot of crypto shows out there. I've said this before. There's a lot of crypto shows out there, but there is, frankly, only two that discuss crypto from a skeptic point of view in all the time. There's other tech shows out there that when they do talk about crypto, it's not, it's in a critical light, but they don't talk about crypto all the time. There's Scam Economy, my show, and Crypto Critics Corner podcast, of which, their host, Bennett Tomlin's been on this show a few times now. So yeah, there's not much out there. And I would say Scam Economy and Crypto Critics Corner, both great. I actually really enjoy Crypto Critics Corner, obviously, because I listen to it and have Bennett Tomlin on. I have to have his co-host on still. But I would say, if you listen to both shows, there's almost zero overlap. It's incredible that there's only, there's two critical crypto shows. And we're able to both cover completely different topics pretty much all the time. So let's go to the phones. Once again, you could call in via Skype. Doomed Live is the username. Doomed Live, because that's the username I use for my other show, Doomed, which was last night, by the way, Wednesday night. And it was I had a really fun show last night. And I'm not saying that I had a lot of fun. My guest, Chris Mathias of Huffington Post, talking about the extremist gubernatorial candidate in Pennsylvania, the Republican Doug Mastriano, was fantastic. Really, deep dive into that guy and what he believes. And yeah, wow. And then the second half, the post show where the people called in, caller after caller with absolutely great impressions. We had a Donald Trump. We had a Ross Perot. We had an Alex Jones. We had a Jordan Peterson. So good times. And then, of course, it was Thursday. So today's Thursday. And so I was on the Majority Report earlier, and a lot of fun being racist against the Italians, of which I am one. Self-hating Italian here, folks. A lot of people were shocked that I'm Italian. I mean, I'm not just Italian. I'm a few things. I'm ethnically Jewish. I'm Prussian. I'm a bloody Brit. I'm a few things. I'm more down the line actually, but I'm Italian as well. In fact, I'm probably mostly Italian. By mostly, I mean like the majority of compared to the others. Not like I'm like not 95% Italian. I'm like probably a little bit less than 50% Italian. Maybe 50%. 50% and under. Nothing more than 50% Italian. God forbid. Ooh. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Fangula. Oh, and over on Twitch, don't forget. Whoa. The Twitch viewership may be down, but the Twitch subscribers are right in the not the peak, but they're right in the what am I saying? The general area here. Tokyo Hans gave out 5 community gift subs. Thank you, Tokyo Hans. Dom3L 3 community gift subs. Thank you so much. Frugging subscribed via Prime. Daredevil with a community gift sub. Don James cheered 2 bits. Ponderosapine resubscribed tier 1 9-month subscriber. Yeah, thank you all so much. Really appreciate the support. Once again, Twitch Prime is you got a free Twitch Prime subscription if you have Amazon Prime. And I feel like a lot of people have Amazon Prime. And I feel like the vast majority of Amazon Prime users are not using it. Like if I could get like 5,000 people to donate, like how many people do you think subscribe to Amazon Prime? How many people subscribe to Amazon Prime? Over 200 million people. My God. So listen, if like 2,000 people connected their Amazon Prime account to their Twitch account every month and gave me their Twitch Prime account, I'd be in a good position. I'd be in a good place. 5,000 people, I think I'd be able to be a full-time Twitch streamer. And that's just on Twitch Prime, costing those 5,000 people zero. How many of those 200 million people subscribing to Prime actually use their Twitch Prime, like actually like connected to Twitch Prime and give out their Twitch Prime subscription? I'm going to make a guess that it's like, God, like 1%. 1 to 5%. Like, there's got to be a way to get those 200 million people to, I mean, I can't reach, but like, I wouldn't even need, like, if I could get a 0.5% of those people to just give me their free Twitch Prime subscription, I mean, God. Let me do the math now. I'm not great at this, but let me see. All right, so if 1% of these people were 2 million, let's cut that in half even more. 1 million. I don't mean we need 1 million. Let's cut it in half again. So we're taking a 0.25% of all the people subscribed to Prime. If 500,000 people just once gave me their Twitch Prime subscription, and we could minus Amazon's cut, I would make like $1 million that month. Taking away the half Amazon keeps too. Like there's gotta be some way to take advantage of all that unused Twitch Prime subscriptions out there that people don't even know they can use. God. Oh my God, all that free money just evaporating into, well, not evaporating, Amazon's keeping it. Christ. Up. All right, let me go to the phones. Hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey Matt, sorry, I this is Susan from Nashville. Did I interrupt your Amazon map math?
No, you did not. Thank you for calling in. Perfect timing. I'm just like, honestly, I'm amazed that
Yeah, I'm
there's.
wondering if someone could like cheat the system and try to like illegally make it so that some if someone's about to run out of their Prime for the month, the 1 second before the month rolls over, you make them subscribe to you or something.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
I
it's
mean,
insane.
I bet some, some programmer, some developer out there can create like a system where like you can just get your family members to like log into a website and press a button and it automatically like A connects their Amazon Prime account to Twitch and then B immediately automatically subscribes to a specific creator. Like it's got to be possible.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, sounds right. Anyway, I called in to talk about more Neopet stuff, if that's fine.
oh no, it's. I mean, that's more than fine. 'Cause I got to tell you,
Uh-huh.
I'm feeling like it's got to be like a low key, chill, offbeat topic kind of night. I can't like if a caller was to call in and ask me like about like what do I think about some policy currently being floated about whatever. I don't think I could handle it right now. I'm honestly exhausted. It's been one of those it's been one of those months honestly. I don't get what happened to me. It was that friggin' Disney vacation. I swear I'm still recovering. I'm still
Oh,
recovering.
I actually wanted to bring something up completely unrelated to Neopets about a couple weeks ago. I wanted to issue a small correction. You were talking about The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is one of my favorites as well. So I'm glad to encounter another Hunchback appreciator. Um, But Frollo, the bad guy, is not a member of the clergy. He is a judge. So just wanted to let you know that Disney was not quite that edgy to make.
All right, but he
Um,
was Frollo was a member of
yeah,
clergy in the original, like the
he was in
actual.
the original, yes, but they made him a
Yes.
judge in this one.
You know what? I think it worked actually because then you have the clergy. That great line in the very beginning, that intro, where warning him that the eyes of Notre Dame is on him, and
Oh
like they
yeah,
cut to
yeah.
that.
That's
They
that's
cut
like
to
my
that.
favorite part. That part's creepy where it goes to the bell tower.
They cut to the statue of the Virgin Mother. I mean that is probably Disney's most adult animated film. I mean, easily, I think.
Yeah, it's really good in my opinion. I've always thought that of all the Disney movies from I guess their era from the 90s that they should have made into a musical, that one would be. I mean, it's already, got the musical sound to it, especially that opening song slaps hard. I like that one a lot.
Oh yeah, the music in that movie is all like sounds like it could be straight out of a Broadway show. Like it's legit. Like it's not like you're not gonna hear one of the Hunchback songs like play it on like Radio Disney if that's even still a thing. Like it's
Yeah.
not standalone. Like it's all part of the story.
Yeah, it's I find it extremely impressive. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Disney wasn't so edgy that they made their sex offender guy like a priest or
I mean,
something.
I gotta say, I did not. I always remembered that movie because even as a kid, I mean, it came out in what '96, so I was 10. Um, I remember that movie for its great soundtrack. Like even at 10 years old, I was like, these songs are amazing. Like what the frig? This is not like kids Disney songs. This is like adult, like real deal, like musical songs. But like I guess at 10 I didn't quite get the story as much. And when I was watching it with my kids over the summer for the first time in those decades, I'm like, holy shit, the Disney villain is motivated by horniness. I,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and it's
mean,
not even like they're quiet about it. It's not subtext. It is the text.
right. Oh no, he's the whole Hellfire song is basically if I can't have Esmeralda, I'm going to murder her.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember the part that I thought was the darkest part of the entire movie when he's about to, or no, he's making an analogy to the night guy, and he's like with his finger squishing a bunch of ants, and he's like, if you keep doing it one by one, then he picks up a slab, and it's like there's like a hidden place where they all are. He's like, what do you want us to do? And he just takes the slab and smushes the entire hive of whatever bugs they were, and I thought that was pretty a lot.
Right. Also, I was really surprised by how scantily clad Esmeralda
Oh
is in
yeah.
that scene. Like, I was like, whoa, how does no one? People have a problem with Disney. I've never heard anything about this scene. Like, people always
Yeah.
mention like how they, portray women in the movies, and fine, like whatever. I think if it serves a purpose to a story, people could get a little bit too crazy about that stuff. But in that scene, I was like, what? Like, how? I mean, I
Yeah,
get
that's
where Frollo came from.
yeah. So
She was
that
looking good.
yeah, so she was pretty good looking, and it's one of those things that when people get all up in arms about, the woke modern Disney, I remember I like to look at stuff like this and think this couldn't have been made today. People would be shocked by how they portray, I guess, the clergy or women, or especially I guess this is a little bit later into Disney history, but Mulan could never have been made today. I am convinced of that.
Oh, I mean the I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, they did remake it. I haven't seen the live action movie. I
The
heard it's not
live
very
action
good.
is a completely different. It's a completely different
Really?
movie.
But
Yeah.
isn't I mean, the basis is that it's a woman who has to serve the military to protect her father from going, and so she dresses and acts like a man. I mean, they got around that, or like what did they how'd they pull it off?
The um I think the cross-dressing part is still there, but I just know that they're instead of I know that she's got like supernatural powers. It's like completely different.
What? They ruined it. Why
Yeah.
would they do
They
that?
also don't have any music in it, which to me, the first song in Mulan, if you remember, called Reflection, is the closest allegory I've ever seen to a trans experience.
Oh, I
Um,
have to. I mean, for me, the one song that always comes to my mind, and again, I don't find a problem with it because, again, it fits the storyline. But I guess taken out of context, it's definitely weird. Um, that the song "Be a Man"
oh yeah, I'll make a man out of you. See,
is.
that could also be part of, I don't know, a lot of trans people I've heard have really liked that movie for that reason, that it reflects their experiences. But
I
it's
mean, I
also
like
it's
that
supposed
song
to
because it feels like Disney's closest they've ever gotten to creating like a hardcore song. Like the gang
it's
vocals, when
awesome.
like the entire like it's like you hear like 100 different like guys screaming out like "Be a man." I'm like, oh my god, this could be a hardcore song.
When my friends growing up, when we used to sing it together, would sing all the parts, including the girl parts. So I thought that's what I think of when I think of that song. But they also have an extremely funny song right after that one that's about a girl worth fighting for, which is one of the funniest Disney songs I've heard. It's just showing the sexism, I guess. So the whole thing, what I'm saying is the whole movie is like a political movie.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I've always been a fan of, honestly, I've always been a fan of Disney's animated features. I think they actually are really good at making them. Um, and so, yeah, I don't, my complaints with Disney are not their, classic animated films. Although they did really struggle in like the early 2000s. Boy, those movies are bad.
I don't really remember those that much, but
Brother Bear, oh, it's so bad. It's so
um,
bad.
I know. I'm trying to think of
Chicken
what
Little's
one.
another one that's not very good.
Yeah, yeah. The kind of the Dark Ages, like the second Dark Ages, where the initial Dark Ages would have been before, I guess, the 90s.
Yeah, I think they're the last good movie from like their like golden era was probably like what, Tarzan? And I thought that was the beginning of the end, honestly. Oh no,
Yeah.
no, it was The beginning of the end was friggin' The Emperor's New Groove. So bad. It was not good at
I
all.
didn't think that was a Disney movie, was it?
It's a Disney movie, yes, and I
I
gotta
didn't
say,
remember.
it's their their how they like to like pick a country and have the take on like a story from that country. That was
Hmm.
Peru's time to shine, and as being that half my family's Peruvian,
Oh
that
yeah.
was not a good representation, and that's it. Peru shot their
Yeah, you got
shit, and
no
they it
one.
turned out Emperor's New Groove, and that's the end of it. Then you look at Colombia, they got Encanto. How is that fair? How is that fair?
I that's how I feel like I'm from I guess Tennessee, but also kind of like Bristol also has the Virginia side, so I have a huge fan of Virginia, but then our Disney movie is Pocahontas, which I don't think is a very good representation.
It's yeah. You know what? As a Disney movie, I think it was good and had some good songs. But
I like
obviously,
the
as the
songs a
story, yeah,
lot.
yeah, "Color of the Wind" is a good song, and
Yeah.
the villain song is pretty good. The one "Dig," whatever it is, if I can recall.
Yeah.
But as the story of Pocahontas goes, yes, definitely not very good at all. And of course, that doesn't. I mean, they can't. They tried to give it the classic Disney princess sort of. The guy and the girl get together. Although they didn't do it the classic way, like he does leave or whatever. He does leave, but I
Yeah.
mean, the real story of Pocahontas isn't that at all. And her and John Smith don't live happily ever after.
Yeah, it's a strange decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta start a Disney podcast now. I mean,
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I was really calling in to talk about the Neopets metaverse, and how at the beginning of August they started their alpha, which currently consists of like 3 games, and then some way to feed your pets, and then some Neo home stuff. So like little place you can have where you can put furniture and customize your little furniture area, and that's it. So it's pretty crude and small, but they already have huge plans to make these entire virtual lots of land that you could buy with a cryptocurrency or whatever. So they already are trying to recreate you
oh, are
know
they getting Neopets is getting into are diving deeper into the metaverse? I mean, I
Oh
fucking hate that
yes,
word.
and yeah, the Neopets metaverse.
Listen, when Second Life was doing like the land sales for a crazy amount, I mean, obviously still stupid, but I looked at it like, oh, every there's always that like one weird niche game that comes out that creates its own little ecosystem, and like nerds spend tons of money on it or whatever, and like it's like an anomaly. Like it's like, oh, that weird thing over there, Second Life, because they're doing something original and different, and people were spending money on it. So it was like, ooh, look at those guys. But to like try to actually say that that's the future, like that model is the future of, I mean, our lives, like that's how we're all going to be. It's like, can't we just say the internet? Because the idea behind the metaverse is like the internet and the online space, encompasses everything. Like we are, it's all around us via AR, augmented reality, and VR, virtual reality, and it immerses us. I mean, that's bullshit. I'm not gonna. That's not the world we're gonna live in. Like, where we're gonna be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on digital property. Again, those anomalies, those weird little ecosystems, they've always existed. But like the fact that they like tech people and like CEOs of big tech companies think that's gonna be like the future. Bullshit. Give me a break.
As a matter of a metaverse kind of associated more with a video game, that's not even like a new concept, because there are a lot of people who have been excited about the idea of interacting with your Neopets virtually since the mid 2000s or something. That's not just being able to interact in a 3D environment isn't like a new
I,
concept.
I bet there's been some pretty messed up Neopets shit out there, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with people, who I don't even want to get into it. I'm sure there's all sorts of weird fan fiction people wrote about their relationship with their I don't, yeah, just let's leave it
Oh,
there.
that's actually spot on because as part of the Neopets metaverse, you can really tell that the people in charge are not, their first language is not English because in that game you can raise in the metaverse, as I said, the alpha, it's only, you can just kind of feed your pets or whatever, but you can also play with them to raise not your friendship level, but your intimacy level with your Neopet. And immediately everyone went on their Discord and they were like, you need to use literally any other word.
That's that's always fun to see.
Yeah.
Because the internet, even though it's global and everything, developers and creators know that honestly, if they want to reach the biggest audience possible, they have to obviously create content in English, and so it often does end up with some really interesting translations.
Yep. Yeah, so someone was like, yes, the Neopets metaverse where you can finally become intimate with your Neopet. They have, in this short amount of time, also committed 2 distinct illegal acts. One
Whoa,
of
wait,
them.
wait, whoa. So hold on.
It's a minor illegal acts, I should say. For once, they had on a high score table for one of their games, they had published the list of the people who won, and it included their email addresses, which is illegal because that's like misuse of customer data or whatever.
Whoa,
So,
whoa.
I didn't want to get you too excited.
They publicly published these email addresses?
Yes.
Whoa. Did anyone cover
Yes.
this? This is on, that's honestly news. Like, was it a lot of people?
It was like a list. I don't think I have seen any actual coverage, and that's what I've been. It's been difficult for me to want to call in because I want to be able to point you to something, but I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of like, we're just things that happen. I can show you where on Discord I saw people, but yeah, they eventually took it down, and then put. I think they blurred the names, so they just. But initially, they posted all their email addresses next to the high score tables, and this is for winners of. I don't think this other incident is connected to the first one. There was another incident where they had a different contest that was called a treasure hunt. So there was some kind of way to go to solve some kind of maybe ARG kind of puzzle, but I couldn't really understand based on what I was reading, where they had promised a distinct list of prizes that they did not deliver on, and that is also something that's illegal. Because you can't.
What kind of prizes?
It was some physical prizes, and some crypto stuff, but it was like physical stuff, like a gift
and how
bag
could
or
how could
something
you
like
win
that.
how could you win these prizes?
This
What
was like a promotional game, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, the second you get into giving away stuff,
Yeah,
it gets
and
tricky.
promising stuff ahead of time, and you can, and the people that were talking about it were saying you can give them something similar, but it has to be equal. Like you can't just completely not give them, because the problem was that whoever they other scam that they hooked up with to get this deal across, maybe they had promised some extra NFTs or something. They just dropped out because those are going to burn up. But the idea would then be you need to give them something of an equivalent value, like some stickers from a different scam or something.
Right. I mean, it's usually what you need to do when you do a giveaway, from my understanding, is you need to ascribe an actual monetary value
Yes.
to each prize, because obviously, when you give prizes away, there is still taxes to be collected from that prize. So there has to be a hard number of currency attached to the value of that prize, so taxes could be collected on it. Also, you get into a tricky area. You can do, like, the easiest way to do a giveaway and the most like legal way to do it without worrying about all these different rules is literally just enter the giveaway by signing up, like your name and email or whatever. The second you ask people to do something, or even especially if you ask them to like buy something to enter, you're getting into a really tricky territory. So that's why you usually see any major company that does a giveaway that says like, oh, just buy this box of cereal and you can enter. They have on, if you look at the actual game details, there's always an addendum that says no purchase necessary. If you'd like to enter the giveaway without making a purchase of the cereal or whatever, just go to this website and enter your name and email. Like they have to do that because otherwise they enter a completely different legal area.
Yeah, so there is some evidence for that. These people are just so incompetent, they don't really see this crypto stuff. They aren't treating it like money, right? They're kind of seem to know that it's not worth anything if they're not taking it seriously at all.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, I mean, personally, no giveaway that gives away crypto or NFTs would ever interest me whatsoever. But maybe it does.
Yeah,
people.
me either.
I mean, it's worthless. I mean, if I'm going to enter a giveaway, take the time to enter a giveaway. I want something that I want a chance to actually win something that's worth my time. NFTs, like what? And so I guess they don't. I don't know. I mean, it's weird. It's weird thing to. I can't believe Neopets is such a honestly half-ass sort of
Yeah.
company. I mean, they pretty big. They were really big at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like I viewed them in the same light as like, I don't know, not Pokemon, because Pokemon's like a whole nother level, but like just one level below that, I would say.
Well, this makes me want to. I've been considering lately making like a video series about the history of Neopets, because did you know that for a long time the CEO of Neopets was a Scientologist?
I think you mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned that
So
definitely
it's like,
one of the times you called in. Yes.
yeah, so the urban legend that used to be the thing, that it's owned by the Church of Scientology, but that was like true. Interestingly, and I just learned this while I was reading Discord while watching your show. I just learned that the original owner, so not the Scientologist, but the actual guy who when he was 20 years old, he threw together Neopets. It's actually kind of crazy to think about, but he has shown up in the and we know it's him because the mods at the Reddit know of the Neopets Reddit, not the Metaverse Reddit, but the Neopets Reddit know of him. They are kind of affiliated, but we know that the owner is like, he's into the crypto. He's posting on their Neopets Metaverse and saying, "Hey, how are you guys doing with maybe or whatever," referring to Neopets as his original child, because it was originally his thing that he had to give up because they just sold it. But just like after kind of like he hasn't had a big game since then. He's had a few projects that collapsed, and man, it's kind of sad reading the Discord because he was kind of
How much did he sell? How much did he sell? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. He was drunk. What?
No. Yeah, he was. He was in messaging the Neopets Metaverse about this, talking about how we lost all our money trying to do Meteor games, which is a different game that they tried to their next big thing, I guess. So then in 2014 he put all their money into Ethereum.
Well, in 2014. Oh, so
yeah, in
probably,
2014.
He's probably
he's probably fine now. Yeah, he's fine
made
now.
a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's fine. You're right. But,
he's fine.
I'm thinking of like, the same sort of thing happened like the creator of Pokemon, I'm sure, right? I mean, he sold it to Nintendo eventually. Who created Pokemon again? I forgot his name.
I don't know the guy. I think his name is probably Satoshi, because one of the guys named the character Ash Satoshi after him.
It's Satoshi Tajiri. I almost said Satoshi Nakamoto.
The other
that, of
one,
course, is the Bitcoin creator.
I'm like,
not as beloved in these parts of town.
I keep whenever they say that, I'm like, what? You mean like Ash Ketchum? Because that's what his Japanese name. It's not Ash Ketchum. It's Satoshi something else.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Uh,
listen, as a kid, I had no idea that like I was watching my kid was watching the old Pokemon cartoons, and I did not realize back when I was watching it how dubbed it is. Like it's not even
oh,
close. Some of the yeah,
yeah, for a long time I thought rice balls
we're donuts,
I thought
right?
they were a dessert. Yeah, at least a dessert. Like it didn't look like a donut, but I thought it was like something sweet.
That's it, right? In Pokemon they don't change any of the animation. So
That
when they brought it to the U.S., there's rice balls in the Pokemon animated series all the time, and they were like, "Oh, kids aren't gonna know what these rice balls are in the U.S. They're donuts." So they just called them donuts through the whole series.
Yeah, and they'll also have times when instead of a rice ball rolling down and someone catching it, it'll be like an entire sandwich rolling down a hill or some kind of
All right, they did
extremely
change the
weird
animation a little bit. Yeah,
a
just to
little
like
bit,
change
yeah.
that shit. Yeah, weird
It
choices.
doesn't it just they don't do that anymore, but I guess back then there wasn't a lot of anime on television, maybe. Well, I know maybe not kids anime because I know that I don't know.
No,
It's
you're
hard for me to
right. You're
think
right. I
about
mean,
it.
they're like at the time I was really into Dragon Ball because
Yeah.
I had a friend. I had a friend who was really into Dragon Ball, and he was Chinese, and he would come back and bring all this stuff. And I mean, I know Dragon Ball is Japanese, but he still would get it all
Mhm.
and bring it back after to school the next summer after summer with all this like cool the manga comics that that are because it's backwards to us because the pages flip the other way. And I would like just like was really into Dragon Ball. But yeah, Pokemon was the first like of the animes that sort of hit US television that was like regularly on and was like portrayed as just like another cartoon and not something specific you had to search out.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about how weird it was back then because I guess they don't they were afraid American kids wouldn't get what a rice ball is, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the original owner of Neopets is now chatting it up drunkenly in the Neopets metaverse, talking about how he lost all his money and then put it all into Ethereum. And that's got the Neopets metaverse completely popping off because they're like, oh yeah, the original owner's on our side. Um, which is annoying. Like, no one, even though he's the original creator, obviously have he doesn't have complete say over what's good and what's not. Just because people like his stuff, the stuff now. Um, but yeah, that's that. And I was also trying to think of like, were there signs that this guy was going to become a crypto boy? And I was when I was thinking, legitimately considering making a like just maybe a video of just the first year of Neopets, some of the first game. Like there weren't any flash games in the first year, but there was a stock market, and I thought that that was pretty interesting. That made a connection for me that this guy's into like stocks or money and business, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I mean any sort of game that has a collector's element to it, I'm sure, has that sort of, that the creator grows into someone who is sort of into that speculative world. Um, yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not surprising, I guess.
and
I mean, if
that's
the
one of
creator of
my
Pokemon
yes.
comes out, if the creator of Pokemon came out as like a crypto person, that wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. The See, modern games have kind of gone past the idea that this is a limited time in-game prize you can get and you'll never be able to get it again, making it completely scarce. It's something that I have seen change. Like RuneScape used to be like this, where you can only get certain holiday items that one time and can never get it again. Neopets still has that problem where there are a lot of items that are a yearly thing. You can never get it again. But modern games are really trying to get past that because it's not fun to have some items that are literally unobtainable. Like, it is not theoretically possible to get, like, even in theory, to get all the stamps in Neopets right now, because which is one of the major collector items, because they just don't exist anymore.
Yeah, even Fortnite sort of has moved away from that. Like, yeah, you gotta like buy shit and subscribe to like their Fortnite like pass or whatever. But a lot of the costumes that were like originally thought to be like only for that time have made comebacks and given people multiple opportunities to like grab that costume. Like for one example I can give you is when they first did that Marvel
Yes.
my son got into Fortnite just as they did the season with like Marvel, where they're like with Wolverine and Tony Stark and all those characters, and so he wanted them, and so we sat down and we played. And the only way you could get Tony Stark is you get Tony Stark at like level 90, I think it was, but to actually get the Iron Man costume, you had to get to level 100. So we hunkered down and I got to level 100 literally like moments before
Oh
the season closed. But usually for a lot of the things, like once you get to that level, they automatically give you that prize or whatever, like the thing. But for
no.
the Iron Man costume, you specifically needed to hit level
Yeah.
100 and then take Tony Stark to like the Stark Enterprises base and have him like do a taunt in front of the costume, which would have unlocked the costume. And just as I was about to do that, they closed up the level and did that like Galactus ending thing. So I never got I had Tony Stark but didn't have the Iron Man costume. And
If I
then
were in that situation, I would have sent a ticket begging for
I
begging
did.
for
I
some
sent
piece.
it
Oh,
and they
you
didn't
did?
respond. Yeah, and I saw online that people were like, they will not do anything for you if you don't get it.
Oh,
That's it. But the following like season or whatever, everyone who signed up for like the season pass got the costume. Like they gave
yes,
them.
great.
Yeah, so like we have the Iron Man costume now, but we didn't get it in the unlocking part of it. We got it just by buying the season pass. So they gave people that extra opportunity to get it.
Yeah, I know that a lot of fans get kind of salty when stuff like that happens, because it's like, oh man, now mine's not so special. But those people, in my opinion, can just get over it, because it's better. More I think it's more ethical to give people more of those like, it's not to stress people out. Like, you were probably grinding, probably, lost some sleep over making sure you can get this thing for your kid.
Oh yeah,
And
those last couple of days were brutal. I was
and it's and just giving someone the idea, like, that's something. Pokemon Go is a really chill game for me, because even if I don't if I can't play for a little bit, it's fine if I miss some stuff, because it'll be available even if it's like a year or 2 years later. I know that it'll at least become available again at some point.
yeah
Um,
yeah. I
and
mean, the good thing
I
though is
think
that it's just costumes though. Like those games
yeah,
that
yeah.
like would make you pay. I mean, they still exist. Microtransactions that actually give you like in-game like leveling up of certain like attributes or something. That's bullshit. I'm like, you want to
Yeah.
make people pay for costumes, fine, because that's just aesthetics. Whatever. Who cares? It doesn't change. A good player who doesn't have the money will still be able to be a good player.
Yeah.
But like if other than aesthetics, microtransactions are bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, that's not how any game. I don't think any game going on is going to not have. I think they'll mostly have some kind of extra transactions after the initial game from now on, and I think the reason for that is that otherwise they would have to sell games for like $100 each, and no one would do that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I
I
don't mind it
was
this way as long as like someone who doesn't have the money can play and not be held back by, having someone with a stronger character because they could pay more.
hmm I was shocked when I picked up my original copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle and saw at the top that the price sticker was $60, and I was shocked because I was like, that's how much games these days cost now, and I think that's in I mean the original copy was from like 2002 or something, that were probably four for me, but that's so long ago, and the fact that games have not increased in cost is weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to talk to you about. I know we talked about a lot of random stuff.
No, this is a really fun conversation. This is exactly the type of conversation I needed. Because again, I would not have been able to get deep dive into some like crazy. I mean, I was really pushing it when I was trying to do the math on those Twitch Prime subscribers right before you called. So you saved me there. So no, great call. Really, I enjoy talking about pop cultural stuff, especially after a week of talking about more serious things.
Awesome. Sounds good. Nice to talk to you. I'll talk to you later.
Take care, Susan. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye.
To show you how tired I am, I definitely just said, take care, Susan. Take care. I told her to take care twice. I don't know what's going on with me. Let's go to how many people are on the line here? What do we got? What's going on over on YouTube? Who's watching? Let's see, over on Twitch, who's watching? We got a still smaller audience than usual, but it's grown since the beginning. Once again, you could call into the show. YouTube. Oh my God. Skype Doomed Live. Let's see if we got any super chats. Kowalski, thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. And then everyone in the chat is talking old school cartoons now. What have I done? Oh, the Cartoon Network songs. I see songs, cartoons. What are you guys talking about? Cow and Chicken. I haven't heard about that one in a while. What else? Oh, the Batman animated series was, yes, very good. There was a clip I wanted to play today that I had seen. Let me grab the clip, actually. Again, I said I probably don't have the mind for... Wait, New York Comic Con is trending? Is that this weekend? Is New York Comic Con now? No, it's next week. It's next week! I always forget when it is, and every year I miss it. They shouldn't, they should not put it in October. Comic-Con should be a, Comic-Con definitely needs to be like a summer type deal. All right, let's go to the clip I saw. Oh, wait, we got a call. Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on, Matt? It's Omega.
Hey, Omega, how you doing? What would you talk about, my friend?
Well, first of all, I just got out of the office, and I heard references to old cartoons.
Oh, yeah, we were talking...
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
What?
Go right ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, so we were talking about like so Coolio passed away, and what a lot of people, I've never heard anybody mention, is the fact that he did some songs for Cartoon Network.
Oh, he did.
Like
I know he did the fantastic theme song for Kenan and Kel, right? That was the show he did the theme
that
song
too.
for?
That's another one also.
Yeah. Oh, here it goes. Yeah, that was. Oh man, that's a great song.
Yeah, and like back then I used to poke fun at how the fact that he had those pigtails even though he was bald, but in hindsight, and maybe because it's postmortem, it wasn't a bad way to, finesse, going bald and losing your hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that had to be a unique way, and then the other way, there's plenty of other ways to do it, but or if it's happening to you at some point, you do the Christopher Daniels thing and then you bleach the hell out of it so nobody notices that in the patches.
Yeah.
I was also
Well,
going to
I'm
bring
sorry.
up
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. It's a little bit. I'm hearing like feedback.
oh, well, yeah, I'm outside and then there's all these people like about though. I'm not
No,
gonna lie to
I'm
you, I'm kind
hearing.
of
I think
around
I'm here.
Midtown.
Oh, I'm hearing my. Was it? Maybe I did hear other people. I thought it was myself I was hearing. But go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I think it's better now. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because there's all these drunk people yelling.
Oh, you're in Midtown. You're in Midtown. Oh, so what's going on in Midtown right
Yeah.
now? Can you flip and bring us to Midtown? Can you put on the video? You don't have to show yourself or any walk away from your office building so people can't see that. But can you give us a peek at what Midtown Manhattan's looking like at 11 p.m. on a Thursday night right now?
Sure. Yeah. Put it up.
All right. Let me double check. There's nothing showcasing anything identifiable right now where you are. Like your office building. I don't want to.
Not exactly, no.
Good. All right. So I'm gonna share the feed. Here we go. Let's see what's going on in Midtown Manhattan right now. All right, Omega. Hi. Where are you? You're on what? Let me see if I can guess. Are you on 6th or 7th Avenue?
Somewhere there, I would say, yeah.
There we go. It's a big. Avenues are big. No one could take. In Midtown, we're talking a span of a couple dozen blocks. Wait. I think I can. I know where you are.
Vaguely, but like, thankfully, I've already stepped away. I've already moved myself far away.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on there? What's with those flowers on there? Is it an outdoor sit-down restaurant?
Yeah, it is, and I was also trying to make sure I muted it so that way you didn't get a issue regarding the copywritten music there, because I know how YouTube and Twitch could be about that.
Thinking about me and the I appreciate that. So, let's see what else I could tell from just your visuals here. You are no, I think I'm wrong. A lot of people out tonight.
A little bit. I mean, it's a Thursday, so that's going to be bound to happen. But I'm also going to a bit more less crowded area because it's going to be more of a slingshot to where I'm going to go to work out. Because I usually go
you're not
work
going
out
home.
after
You're going to the gym right now.
Yeah, because long story short, I'm just working remote tomorrow, so I can get up right before I start work, and that's usually what I do. And then I'll just make breakfast on my first hour of work. Don't tell anybody. And then I'll just hang out. And while my wife takes my oldest to school, and my youngest is either awake or she's just sleeping. And then, just a touch of time where like I'll get her cereal and then I'll just make my breakfast and then my coffee and everything.
Folks, we are getting an inside look at Omega's morning routine when he remote works. Amazing. So what are you gonna hit when you get to the gym? The elliptical machine? I don't know why I said
I was gonna crap. Nah, not right now because I actually have like some kind of injuries that I've had early in the year because I took there was a day where it was warm and then it got cooler, but it rained in between those times, so the sidewalk was like a little icy. So I took a particular slip where like one knee was bent and the other one was straight. So as a result, I pulled a hamstring on one leg and landed squarely on my knee in the other. So it was kind of like a 1-2 punch of that. And then I was hobbling home. And then for like the next week, I just, I like pretty much took the bus to and from work since it wasn't going to involve me going to take the stairs at all. Because I just hop on with the one step and hop right off when I get at work.
There you go. Listen, kudos to you, man. If I got out of work at 11 o'clock, I would not be going to the gym. I would not be able to handle it. I'd be going right home to go to sleep. And I'd be looking forward to that hour plus long subway ride too for me because that would be a great opportunity to take a nap.
I could not do it anymore. to be honest, because I feel like with all the stuff that sometimes happens in the trains, you just and my train rides are pretty short because I always take like the best train to get there. So like I don't really try to like screw around like that because anything could happen, and then I'm unawares, and then I'd rather not. However, I was also gonna say Batman the Animated Series. If you got HBO Max, you could just binge the whole thing. It's great. My youngest likes it because like I kind of got into it.
I haven't watched it in
into
a
it.
very long time. I remember it being very good. I haven't seen that in a very long time. Where is it? I'm guessing it's streaming on HBO Max because it's Warner, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure if Justice League is there too, but you can essentially kind of jump on from one to the next and next. But they don't have the crossover episodes where Superman and Batman finally meet in the cartoons. So I had to do some legal downloading, of course, through torrents and whatnot. And then I was able to do that and just cast it to my TV. And I kind of got my kids into it. And I also had the Arkham Knight game. So like, and it had the voice of like from the Batman cartoon. And Mark Hamill was Joker. So like, it was pretty much like that, but like in, CG form, pretty much. And like, which honestly, I recommend people play it. Like the Arkham series in general, especially if you grew up watching those shows, like it's perfect because it's pretty much like an updated version and a bit more mature. Because I know they couldn't hit certain things back then, but in there they can definitely like do certain storylines and get into some of the comic stuff. And then so it's really worth a try. And they got a new game coming out featuring pretty much his family, like like people who used to be Robins, the current Robin, and then Batgirl and all that stuff. So it's pretty solid. So on the TV show front, it's looking a little bleak though because they did cancel that Batgirl show.
All right. I'm gonna have to rewatch. I'm gonna have to pull it up and watch again, because I remember it probably does hold up too. Yeah. Thanks for the call, Meg. I'll let you go to your gym and have a great night, my friend. Always a pleasure to talk.
Did Ola call in yet?
No, he did not.
This reminds me of when he would call in and it'd just be walking around and stuff.
Yeah, this is a very Ola-esque call.
If you're in the chat, Ola, you better call in. I'm taking your gimmick.
Take care, Omega.
Later.
Stealing Ola's gimmick, I say. All right, let's let me. Oh, I should have used that opportunity to grab these clips, but I'll grab them right now. You know what? I don't even need to grab it. I could just screen share here, right? Yeah, I could screen share, so that way it'd be quicker. Oh my God. So, oh, whoa, what happened there? Whoa, what's going on there with my green screen? Oh, no. There we go. All right, let me get myself over here. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So, this came across my Twitter feed. My old pal, Tim Pool, weighing in on the Lizzo James Madison crystal flute scandal, where Sacre Bleu, the Library of Congress, basically showed pop artist Lizzo. Is it Lizzo or Lizo? I can't remember. I said her name 100 times today on Majority Report. It's Lizzo, right? Pop artist Lizzo happened to get an offer from the Library of Congress to play James Madison's 200-year-old crystal flute. A thing that everybody obviously knew about, the very famous flute of Madison's. Everyone knows about the Madison flute. It was there when the Declaration of Independence was signed. I think he actually just dipped the flute in ink and signed his name with the flute. But nobody heard of this fucking flute before this whole story. But Tim Pool had a really weird rant about it. I mean, we've seen the tweets from Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro, and we've read them, and they are, I'll say this, those tweets are way more insane than the words Tim Pool says, which is, which, I don't know. But to hear someone say it is extra weird. And makes this easily one of the weirdest reactions to this whole Lizzo thing I've seen. Let me play this clip.
And improve moving forward. But when I see something like this, I don't feel like rage or disgust. I kind of feel like, yeah, we're going downhill. Because there's a certain amount of respect you would have for objects and artifacts and things that represent the successes and the failures of humanity. And
how does this flute represent any of that? Was James Madison known for being a flautist? Again, I'll guarantee all these people up in arms over this didn't even know this fucking flute existed before Lizzo picked it up. I'm not even saying, because I see someone in the chat said that no one cared about the flute. No one even knew about this flute. I'm sorry. Also, any musician would tell you that it is a fucking waste. And if James Madison was really the flautist everyone on the right is claiming he was, it would be a waste for a perfectly good musical instrument to sit to look at. It is meant to be played. It is meant to be played. And Lizzo is a classically trained flute player. Like, she didn't just again, who cares either way, but she didn't even just pick it up and blow it and go, haha, look at this flute. Like, she actually really respected the thing because she's a flute player. And she thought it was really cool, and then she went ahead and played a whole fucking tune on it. She played an actual song on it.
And for this spectacle of this big, what's the right word?
Bodacious?
Bodacious.
Yeah.
Sure, Luke. But look. I'm not trying to be mean to Lizzo because, I got that libertarian spike. But what I see here is American history being mocked essentially by a morbidly obese woman on stage.
What does that have to? This is the thing here. This is just pure this is odd. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, you could probably use misogyny here. You could be just being mean, mean to people based on how they look. I mean, I don't. What does her body have anything to do with this fucking flute that apparently is supposedly the whole point? If the idea is that she's desecrating the flute by simply playing it, then who fucking cares if she's 80 pounds or 800 pounds? Who cares if she's 150 pounds or 350 pounds? Who cares? Who gives a shit? What is that? What was the point of that? Just to be an a-hole. I mean, really, just to be an a-hole. Who cares? Unless it's not really the flute that we're complaining about, because I think that's what's going on here. It's not really somebody touched the flute. It's that a specific somebody touched the flute. Because, if Donald Trump was shown that flute as president or whatever. And he picked it up and just like whirled it in the air. Ooh. I mean, I would have thought it would be fucking hilarious. I wouldn't have given a shit. Trump should do that. But they would have thought that was great too. Oh, look, so down to earth, connecting with people. Oh, look, that's what a normal person would do with the flute. Yeah, just wave it in the air. I'm sure of it. They would have thought it was fucking hilarious. They would have thought it was great. Just really, like, what the fuck was that all about, man?
As a spectacle, as a gag, as a joke, totally disrespecting what it is, what it represents, what it's.
How did she play it as? She didn't even, like, that's the whole thing. Like, again, if a comedian was to pick up the flute and go, let's blow as hard as they could in it, so it made some stupid ass noise, like, I don't know, like this. Like, who cares? Who cares? But she didn't even do that. She's like a real flute player and like really respected the shit out of the thing and genuinely thought it was amazing she was able to get the opportunity to play this stupid thing. Like, she cared about that flute more than any of these right-wingers pretending to care about the flute did.
Supposed to be. And as Luke was saying, it's the normalization, all of these really negative traits that we're supposed to be okay with. I look at this and I feel like it's Idiocracy. I feel like it's WALL-E. You know, in WALL-E, everybody's morbidly obese. They have no bone density anymore.
What does this have to do with the flute? I mean, I appreciate the Disney discussion. Tim Pool, we should have a talk about Disney movies, if that's your thing. I didn't realize you were such a Disney aficionado. Although, I mean, I guess the Marvel commentary was a hint. But what does this have to do with the flute? Again, I think your issue is not really the flute. It seems to be with Lizzo for some reason. I don't know, the fact that she is a bigger woman. I mean, I don't understand what the whole deal is here. I don't get it. Also, I know what he's going at. Let me play a little bit more to see where he's going at here, but put a pin on this one.
Yeah, that's not the kind of place we want to go. We don't want to go into some future where everyone's like He-Man ripped and like it's Sparta or anything like that. But at the very least, we can be like, hey, you know, we're going to respect the relics of our past so we can understand it. This to me is just like taking a dump on the American flag, you know?
What is my... The funny thing is, earlier on the Majority Report, Emma literally used that as a joke, like, oh, there's Lizzo taking a dump on the American flag. And here Tim is legitimately saying that's what this is. But also, let's go back to the WALL-E thing. Because here's the thing. Tim is equating Lizzo's body shape, her being a bigger woman, with her being like lazy or out of shape or something like that. Lizzo fucking performs on a stage, goes on tour, dances and moves around for, like, I'm assuming she's the main act. She's a huge pop star. What's the main act's set time usually? At least an hour, right? I mean, I go to punk shows, so, you know, it's not usually the same as like a concert in terms of how these things work. But the headliner usually at least goes on for an hour, right? Like a big show, like a big pop show. She's dancing and moving and running around that stage while singing. Night after night. Just because she's bigger doesn't mean that she's not in shape. Like, that's absurd. I mean, Tim, what do you do every night? You sit in your chair and opine for 2 hours. Lizzo's doing more than you every night, buddy. What are you talking about? A WALL-E future because you saw Lizzo's body and it automatically pictures everyone's bodies just being mush, like in the movie WALL-E, being scooted around. What are you talking about? And of course, it doesn't end there. There's another clip that this Twitter account surfaced. Pimtool News is the Twitter account on the Lizzo thing. Here we go. Let's play this.
That was never played before, was a historical artifact, was handed off to some entertainer to play on stage, and that's why I said desecration. It's no longer this pristine crystal flute that was ornamental. It is.
It's a flute. It's not meant to instrumental. It's a musical instrument. It's meant to be played. It's meant to be played. A real musician, which I thought Tim was, he's in a band, would not want any fucking musical instrument just sitting there collecting dust just because of who formerly owned it. Like, yeah, it being that artist's guitar or trombone or piano or whatever means it should be treated with respect. But it should be played. It should mean something when an artist plays it. It shouldn't just be sitting there for all eternity unused. It's ridiculous. The children of famous like musical acts, like I'm sure like friggin' like Wolfgang Van Halen goes out and plays Eddie Van Halen's guitars.
Now a gag prop for a stage show.
Well, it's not like she pooped on an American flag. I mean, she just like played a flute for 5 seconds. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it desecration. I would say the whole situation is like ludicrous.
I'm not trying to say that it's like akin to like pissing on a grave or anything, but like it has fundamentally altered what that object was. And
what are you talking? I mean, it has, because let me tell you now, it forever will be known as Lizzo's flute. I mean, fuck James Madison. I mean, I made the joke earlier on Twitter that conservatives are mad that James Madison once owned Lizzo's flute. I mean, it is Lizzo's flute now. No, it's probably, everyone's gonna fucking know it. She put this damn thing that nobody previously knew about on the map. But that's how it was fundamentally altered. She basically put it into the ether, the world, for people to know even exists. She didn't do anything to the actual object.
I just think what we see consistently is this idea that these people, typically on the left,
these people
care absolutely nothing for this country. They call it historically racist. They crap all over it, and it's all hypocrisy. They're more than happy to say defund the police, but then call the police on people.
See, here's the thing, and I mentioned this in the Majority Report earlier too. The conservatives have been doing a lot. They've been doing this. Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, bringing up like how there's some sort of commentary on slavery, and maybe people online were saying this or whatever, or that's how they were choosing to interpret Lizzo playing that flute in their own way, but Lizzo never said anything about this whatsoever. And again, she would be well within her right to want to make it into some sort of commentary, but she hasn't. She literally just talked about how cool it was to be able to play with this historical flute that has this place in the history of James Madison's life or whatever. And I think the breadth of her commentary on it was, history is cool, she said. Like, what is he talking about? What is he whining about? What is going on here? The Library of Congress showed her like the flute and told her like, "Oh, you want to play it?" And she's like, "Can I?" And then she's like, "Yeah, of course, go ahead. We know we know how much this means to you because you're a flute player. Cool." And she played it, and she played it damn good.
People they don't like. They're more than happy to all laugh and cheer and scream 1619 Project, but then be like, "Woo, we get to play with this historical artifact." It's just,
what is he talking? Lizzo did he do? He's literally, she's a black woman, so obviously 1619, slavery, some sort of commentary about how the founding fathers are the devil. She didn't say anything like this. She just talked about how history was cool and how cool it was to play this flute. Again, literally just being a black person, apparently to the conservative mind, automatically means it's woke or something. You just can't like partake in anything and be a black person and it not be inherently political, apparently. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
what I see is, you can certainly look to the past in your country and say, hey, there were bad things and we want to do away with those. But I think you have.
Again, this is all commentary that is certainly holds a place if you want to talk about James Madison. But again, Lizzo has not said anything of the sort. like she just played the fucking flute. She just played the flute. She picked up the flute and she played a song on it. I think there was a clip where while she was playing a different, like she played a song and then on stage she played like a few notes and like did like shook her ass a little bit or whatever while playing the note, one of the notes. That's it. What is he talking about? There was no commentary on slavery or anything like this. She played a fucking flute. She played a flute.
Absolutely have to respect the beginnings of where you come from and the history of your country. I think, look, what it comes down to is the reverence for this country is just flushed down the toilet. And this may just be a grain of sand in the heap, but this is like a big show where they pulled from the archives from the Library of Congress and brought it on stage to make some spectacle out of. I'm not saying it's the apocalypse.
Yeah, the spectacle was made for the Library of Congress. Like it was an advertisement. It was a promotional tool for them. How does this help Lizzo? How does this help her? She just wanted to do it because they offered it to her. She thought it was cool. It's not like she approached them. What does this do for her? Was she trying to reach out to the James Madison fan club to try to get them to support her music and buy her music too? No, this is a promotional vehicle for the Library of Congress to let the youth, Gen Z, millennials know, hey, look, this history's fun. See, look, Lizzo. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with this. It's so, like, what else could you do but just laugh at it? Oh, my God.
But it's not very significant either, the actual flute. Like, we don't know what it's about. Like, who gave it to him? Like, why was it given to him? Why was it made?
I don't think that's relevant.
I mean, kudos to the guest there to like sort of push back against this. But I mean, listen, when I went to Tim Pool's, I'm pretty sure. Listen, look, you guys see. Speaking of artifacts, if I recall, I don't know if this is the one, but we'll use this. He definitely did have it though. See that on this wall back there? And if that's not the one, he has another one in his studio. It's a Civil War, like an old school, like Civil War era gun. In my opinion, that would be a historical artifact, right? If it's from a certain era and they don't make it anymore and it's rare, it's from a very specific time, place, it's a period in history. What the fuck is it doing in Tim Pool's house then? I mean, if I cared, I don't. Tim Pool could buy this fucking old school 1800 ass looking gun if he wants. I don't give a shit. He's cleaning it when I was there. He's playing with it. Who gives a shit? I don't care. But by his own logic, he's doing what Lizzo did to this fucking James Madison flute. Who cares, man? Why are you talking about this for so long, getting so angry about it? Why is it pissing you off so much? It's a flute that you didn't even know existed before this week. And she didn't even do anything to it. It's not like she like shoved it up her ass or some shit and farted into the flute and made sounds that way. Although that I would have respected. I mean, I might have had to go buy a ticket to a Lizzo show if that's what she did. But who cares, man? She fucking played a flute. And it's a flute, too. You don't even put your mouth on it. If you're worried about that, she didn't even fucking put her mouth on it, man. It's a flute. You blow into it without touching it. I mean, Christ, man. My God. I don't know why you cared so much about this flute. But your aside focusing on Lizzo and her looks painted a picture for me that gives me some sort of look into maybe why. All right, I'll take one more call. And then we'll call it a night. Slow night, but that's fine. We had fun with the callers that did call in. And I see someone's calling in right now. Oh. Wait, what happened? Dave, you calling in? Oh, there we go. Hey, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Matt, I just came in from the workout, was listening to your show while working out. So good stuff as always.
Oh, look at that. It's like it's like when someone dies and then a baby is born and they say like they're reincarnated. You finished working out just as Omega is beginning. So
the cycle of the workout like but so I guess when I called in early on the majority report, the extra voice you heard was the boss complaining about some other shit. So that's why that ended that way. Embarrassing. But anyway, what I was going to add is let's be honest. I'll say this because you might end up on Tim Pool's show to debate him again. Who knows? I think clearly from Tim Pool's reaction, he's racist. There is no other logical explanation.
I mean, why did
think
he
about
care
it?
So right? Why did he focus on her so much? Like, if the idea is someone playing it is desecrating it, why even focus on her specifically? Being that she didn't even do anything. Like, she just played the flute that was offered to her. She didn't disrespect it in any way.
Well, here's the thing. I watched the video because I was trying to figure out what the hubbub was about. I'm pretty sure most of these conservatives never even knew this goddamn flute existed last week, as you rightly said. But here's the thing. She played the flute well, like a professional. So it couldn't be her skill on the flute. Put that aside. All right? It's because she's as you rightly said, if we were to do a health check, I'm willing to bet Lizzo is healthier than Tim Pool.
Like, people have to understand, like, some people just are built a certain way. Like, it has nothing to do with, weight or unhealthiness. I mean, there's some fucking pro wrestlers who are fucking huge, and they could do fucking moonsaults and backflips and splashes off the top rope. Like, everyone's just built in a different way. I'll
put it like this. Think about it, like sumos generally are considered pretty healthy because they're moving about. They just have a lot of fat. That's basically it. I suggest the chat after your show look up a video on a MMA fighter called Huggy Bear, and I'll dare anybody there to tell me if he's unfit. but back to Tim Pool, he's just a racist because think about it. If Lizzo, far as a conservative, the conservatives are basically telling on themselves, right? The reason they're mad, because it's clearly not because she can't play the flute. It's not, and as you correctly put it out, her playing the flute was an advertisement for the Congress, for people to know that the fucking thing even existed.
This wasn't to benefit, like, the thing that wasn't for her.
Yeah.
Like, what does she get out of this?
She's doing them a solid, basically.
You think she got together with her like label or whatever, and they were like, "Listen, we really need more 80-year-olds who fucking care about U.S. history getting into your music." No, like, they didn't. Right. It was like, what would that do for her?
She's doing them a solid. But here's the thing: why I'm convinced it's purely racism and fat phobia to throw in there as well, because in their mind, and as you hear it telling them, if you are a black person who is overweight, you shouldn't exist. You should feel constant shame and hang your head down low, and that's what they believe, right? There's no other, because I ask anybody in the chat, come up with a plausible reason for Tim Pool, Matt Walsh's, or what's the other idiot? Ben Shapiro's reasoning to get so worked up about this. There is none. There literally is none.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then, I guess to piggyback off a point I made a couple earlier on MR is, and conservatives are wondering why they don't have friends. People don't want to hang out with them. Because if this is the type of shit you're complaining about all day, it's going to be shocking. Most people, even people who slightly conservative, are not wanting to hang out with you. It's annoying. I don't know why they can't get that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable, like how bothered they are by this. It really doesn't make any sense, even from their standpoint. I mean, why? I mean, it does, obviously, because they're playing up to their audience. But I mean, it's just really weird to focus on this.
I think
she really didn't do anything disrespectful whatsoever.
No, the disrespectful thing was existing in their minds.
Yeah.
That's what. How dare!
And one thing I didn't get to mention on a Majority Report earlier, but Matt Walsh, in his tweet, he was focused on like her being scantily clad on stage. She wasn't even. She was wearing a jumpsuit. Like she wasn't even wearing anything scantily clad. She was
telling on themselves.
She was wearing the same sort of jumpsuit that every pop star that dances as part of her act wears on stage. Any dancer, really. It wasn't like she was wearing and again, who cares if she was, but to just, hone in on the point they were making. She was wearing a jumpsuit that covered her entire body except for like her legs, which was what dancers wear. What dancers wear.
No, you're right, Matt. But again, he's giving away the game. He might say scantily clad, but what he's really saying is, how dare you come out in public? that's the real drama for them. With Ben Shapiro, I think it's straight up jealousy because I've heard him play his violin. If I'm being fair, he's functional, but it's like if I got a AI to play the violin. It's very stiff. There's no soul in it. So I think with Ben Shapiro, it's straight up jealousy, and he'll hide it with all the other stuff. But being a failed artist himself. But with the other two, straight racism. And probably Ben Shapiro racism, but touch of jealousy. But it kind of pisses me off. I mean, it's like I don't think you or me are particularly Lizzo fans. Nothing against her personally. It's just maybe not our music.
I'm not even like, I know I'm familiar with like that big hit song, but like I'm not. Yeah, it's just not my thing. I mean, she's talented. She seems like a good artist. The fact that she's actually can play like an instrument like the flute means that she definitely. I mean, I'm sure, unlike a lot of pop artists, I'm sure she has a hand, or at least more of a hand, I would say, in the creation of her music than a lot of pop artists do, because she actually can read music.
Yeah, she seems like one of the old school talents that can play, read probably several instruments.
Right. And how rare is it to have a major musical star who respects such a not pop musical instrument like a flute? Like that's not like that's not the usual instrument that is connected with like pop music.
I guess for me, what annoys me is how lazy the right wing is, right? And somehow they battle us to like close elections and shit like that, and supposedly winning the argument with the common man, where I'm not as convinced about that bit. I just think the common man doesn't really pay that much attention. But they're not. Conservatives are, if we're going to go into the talent thing, they really don't have much going on. You've seen Ben Shapiro's books, right? They're trash. So it annoys me that these talentless people seem to be raking in quite a lot of dough on the resentment of other talentless people.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe there is a single issue voter out there who is going to on the top of their mind. I mean, I'm looking forward to like some New York Times columnist coming out and saying, listen, Republicans need to stop trying to overturn elections, but Democrats need to stop desecrating James Madison's flute. I mean, they always with those stupid double sides, acting as if Dems somehow are a part of like whatever it is. Like one of them is like, what was we were talking about earlier? Some conservative was like, oh, Dave Rubin was like how Democrats turning your son into a daughter or whatever. It's like, what Democrats are doing that? Like, name me like a Democrat that's out there talking about like transgender issues in that way. Like they don't even touch it themselves.
Here's a prediction now that I've seen Dave Rubin's latest tact. Right? No matter what happens anywhere in the world or in the States, which is clearly anti-gay or anything, he's going to constantly throw transgender folks as a shield. So like if, let's say in Italy, they ban more like gay marriage or what have you, if it's not already banned, he's going to be, I'm almost certain his play is going to be, well, I don't agree with that, but, you know, it's because of the wokes and the transgenders that, you know, it's forcing good people. That's his angle. That's going to be his angle for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So,
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
That's going to be his play for a long time. Because I think it's probably the easiest one for him since he's an extremely lazy individual.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Always a pleasure to talk. Thank you so much for the call, my friend.
No problem. You guys take care of yourself. Good chat and good seeing you, Matt. Before I forget, I'm definitely coming to New York in December, so hopefully, probably around the 19th or so. Hopefully, I won't get annoyed by customs again.
Let me know. Let me see if I can. It would be fun to maybe I could go into the studio too. Let me know more as it gets closer, and I'll talk to Sam, and maybe we can get you in the studio.
Oh, well, you know me. I prefer not to be in the front limelight. I'll just hang out in the back like last time when it was when I was there with Michael.
Oh, you went to the studio before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right, cool. Yeah, let's definitely figure something out. And yeah, for sure.
Well, later, Matt, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. You're spending Christmas in New York? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I think I wanted to see the ball drop, meet up with some friends I met 2 years ago.
Sounds cool. Yeah, Christmas.
The only part I'm not looking forward to is customs. Something with JFK is annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
I hate the interrogation room and the pat downs and answering dumb questions 50 times.
I hear you. New York. I love New York during that like week before Christmas. And then the week right after. That 2 week span is very nice. I don't know if you've been here during that time before.
No, it will be my first time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's something's in the air. You could feel it.
You're right. I want to experience that. That seems fun. Hopefully it won't be too cold. I might have to buy a big old jacket or something.
Oh, it's gonna be cold. Definitely, you're gonna need it. Coming from Jamaica too, where I'm sure you don't have a big winter coat. You're gonna need it. You're gonna definitely need. If you want to be comfortable and walk around outside, visit the Rockefeller Center and all that shit.
I'm gonna need a big winter coat.
You're gonna need a big winter coat. Yep. Or layers. Layer yourself up, man. Layers.
All right. Thanks for the advice. Catch you later, Matt.
Take care, Dave. All right, folks. I think there's a few more people. Oh, wait. Really quick. I'll take one last call because I got people saying I'll be quick in the Skype chat. One last call. Really quick. Because I don't know how much longer I could do it. Let me read this last super chat while we wait here. Saeed Kazook, sorry if I messed up your last name, Saeed, with a $20 Canadian super chat, sending love. Thank you so much, Saeed. Really appreciate that. Very kind, and in Canadian dollars too. Wow. I don't know why I'm doing the Borat Wah We Want tonight, but I am. Deal with it. It's one of those days. What's the Twitch look? Oh, who should I raid, by the way? Not many people on Twitch, but not gonna waste those people who are there. I could send them to someone. Just taking the next. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it is Kowalski, and I said I would be quick, and I'll be quick.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me pull you up on the feed here. What's going on? What did I even? You're on here now, Kowalski. What's up? What did you talk about?
So, when it comes to desecrating historical items, what is worse, a really good flute player playing a historic flute, or an 80s man with a spray-on tan sitting behind the Resolute desk? Now, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something that Donald Trump and Tim Pool have in common that I really, really think, I just can't quite put my finger on it, that the two, are trying to compensate for. And so.
Yeah, I guess it's right. I mean, not everyone. I'm sorry. I'm just had an itch, so I'm just running my fingers through my luscious full head of hair.
I said I'd be quick. It was petty. My God. Also, if Matt Walsh ever sees this, I am the average cross-sectional area of people on this side of the political aisle. I will take you on physically, spiritually. It doesn't matter. Name the place. I will meet you there.
He's something else. He's something else. Have a great night, Kowalski.
You too.
All right, folks. Over on Twitch, we got Daredevil, resubscriber Prime, subscriber for 5 months. Went to bed early tonight. We'll catch the show tomorrow. Sounds good, Daredevil. Thank you for the support. Valinova elevated a message with $5. I've never seen this before. Valinova on Twitch elevated a message with $5. What is that? Never seen that before. And it just says the Maj 28 Binder over and over again. The Majar, just over and over again. I'm sorry, callers. I'm not taking any more calls tonight. Please call back in another time. I promise I'll take your call. And then we got, what's this? Super Saiyan 3 Doors Down with 420 redeemed highlight my message, 420 stream points, so I'm celebrating. I don't know what that is either. Man, Twitch makes me feel so old. I don't know why I don't get all this Twitch stuff. Oh, wait. All right. I'll take your call really quick for like a 1-minute call. I'll take this. I can't believe I'm doing this, but it's worth it. Whoa, Serious Business resubscribed for 1 month at tier 1 on Twitch. But ready for this? Subscriber for 11 months. Damn, thank you so much. Hey, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Donald, calling from New York. The slander that is coming from Kowalski, it's unbelievable. It's unsurprising. It's unbelievable at the same time. It's just, what is it? Okay, I am nothing like Tim Pool. Okay, Tim Pool, whatever we're calling him. He has a beanie. I don't wear things on my head. I have my beautiful, luscious hair. Okay, I don't wear hats. I don't wear beanies. Okay, that's not what I do. And for Kowalski to slander my name, it's unbelievable. It's ridiculous.
Donald, it's great to hear from you again after your call last night. I'm glad I took your call because I'm only fair here, and if someone's going to, say in your words, slander your name, then it's only fair you have a moment to give a rebuttal. So I appreciate you calling in and providing your
all
side
that I
of
need.
things.
All that I need is that moment to say the election was stolen. Kowalski is spreading fake news, misinformation about me. Okay, I don't have a spray tan. It's not a spray tan. It's a real tan from all my time in Mar-a-Lago. And I'm going to tell you, you should not raid Twitch. You should not raid my home in Mar-a-Lago. Okay, you shouldn't be doing either of those kinds of raids. What you should be doing is raiding Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, that's who you need to raid. Well, I hope you have a good night, man. I don't want to take more of your time because it's precious, and maybe at some point I'll call into the Majority Report. I tried to today, and then they weren't getting to calls. I don't know what it is. Was Emma not in the mood to talk to people today?
She was not. No.
Was it you? Was it, what was it? We had all this talk of other things, of Lizzo, of other people, but not me. It's okay. I know some people don't love me.
Really quick, Don, while I have you, just 30 seconds. What's your opinion on the whole Lizzo James Madison flute thing?
What I really think to myself is, I'm a musician. A lot of people don't know it. I am unbelievably talented. I don't show it off. I know, a lot of people don't know this, but I've heard about that flute, maybe 100 different times. The mainstream media doesn't know that I know this. And what I'm going to say about James Madison is we're finding out more and more amazing things about him every day. And Lizzo is tearing his legacy apart by playing the flute. I don't even know. At some points I thought to myself, is that a bassoon? Is that some other kind of instrument? I don't know. And then it reminded me, oh yeah, it's a flute. It's James Madison's flute. I knew that all along, but it's purely a terrible thing that she was doing to one of our amazing founding fathers who never did anything wrong. All the people back then, they held slaves, believe me, but he was great. He was fantastic. Even though, maybe I heard that he even kept his slaves, even it was in his will after he died or something like that. But he was a great guy, fantastic. It doesn't really matter. Thank you very much, and, have a good rest of your night. And let's hope that someone else, maybe with a little more talent, a little more moxie, like myself, could maybe play that flute.
There you go. Thank you so much, Donald Trump, everybody. Have a great night, Don. Oh, my God. That was, oh boy. Whoever that is has been absolutely fantastic with this Donald Trump impression. Oh, my God. All right, folks. Wait, were people wait, whoa. Over on, oh, my God. People trying to really get me to stay here, aren't they? Robot Monkey Cat resubscribed for 1 month, a tier 1 subscriber for 11 months. Robot Monkey Cat, thank you. This _Juan gave out 5 community gift subs. Artistic Simplicity resubscribed for 1 month, a tier 1 subscriber for 2 months. Thank you so much. Valinova cheered 300 bits. Artistic Simplicity gave out 5 community gift subs. Whoa, what is going on here? What is going on here over on Twitch? But what is this? What is this thing that? Okay, so I'm looking. Ponderosapine redeemed highlight my message. More emotes, please. Valinova redeemed highlight my message. It's your emote from the Majority Report channel. What? Poggers says Super Saiyan 3 doors down with the redeem. What is redeemed? Highlight my message. Lizzo, no one cared till I played Madison's crystal flute. Also, fuck Walsh and his brawny reject ass. Pool and his tiny Timmy and Benny boy with his men dark cartoon villain vibe when he knows Aladdin lover knows the WAP that exists in his home. Meanwhile, his little light switch couldn't cut the mustard, brother. Oh my God, Omega. Wait, what does redeemed highlight my... What am I missing here? I don't understand. I'm an old man. Explain this to me. It's Restream bot? No, but what? Redeemed highlight my message? What do you mean? But why is Restream bot showing that? It's what? What am I missing here? Hold on, let me go to my Twitch channel. Oh my God, I feel like such a loser right now. But I'm all right. Someone use that thing so I could see it. Okay, where is this? You accumulate points while spending certain amounts of time on a stream. You can use those points to unlock, redeem certain chat features. You can unlock an emote, highlight a message. Ah, okay. Thank you so much, Super Saiyan 3 Doors Down. See, I think Twitch has too much of this shit going on. Everyone's doing the highlighted my message thing now. I'll stay on for the rest of this. Redeemed Poto Bogus literally is highlighting the words redeemed. Highlight my message. Valinova with the the elevated thing was the image, the Majority Report Binder emoji. Oh, okay, that didn't show up above. That's weird. Ponderosapine, thank you so much for gifting a 1-month tier 1 subscription. Twitch chat finally getting a workout, says Worm for Worm. Ponderosapine says it's on Twitch, old man. LMAO. DJ Dub D says you have to look at it on Twitch chat. I'm using channel points to make my message highlighted. Oh my God. Hi says Artistic Simplicity. This one says hi Binder. Little Miss Martian. This is a message highlighted. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Let me show this up here while I still can. I hope I don't miss it. Look at that. Keeping me on the stream. Level 4 complete. Oh, I gotta stay on level 6 hype train. 4 more minutes to go. All right, I'll stay on. I can't leave you guys while you're doing this. I feel bad. Steakum619 gave out 10 community gift subs. Thank you so much. Damn, really, you guys are really making up for the lack of patrons this month. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. While we are here, 4 minutes left. Let's do something else. Let's see. Let me get... Oh, I should use this time to figure out who we raiding. Who are we raiding, folks? Also, just about 100 followers away from 3,000 Twitch followers. Cool. Airy at home. Who's that? Let me see. Airy at home. Who's Airy at home? It's just a DJ or a musician. Let's do some any leftist streamers on right now. I have nothing against music streamers. I'll raid Airy at home if there's nobody else, no problem. But let's try to stick with the theme here. All right, I could do Airy at home if raid the dead Kennedys in hell. What else we got? Oh, JM Parks with a super chat. Thank you to all the August is Falling Recs and info. I freaking love this album. I get that it's a joke, but God, it's so good. I have to listen to it. Still, I meant to do it, and I fucked up again, even though yeah, I'll do Airy at home. L streamer with music. Leftist streamer with music, I'm guessing. Let me listen to some of it, actually, while we wait here. Yeah, we could do this. Wait, is Matt Gaetz on right now? Because that'd be really funny. Is Matt Gaetz on right now? I will raid Matt Gaetz because that would be really funny. It would be really funny. I don't think he's on right now. I don't take him for a nighttime streamer. He's probably doing it as part of like a shtick, you know? My Twitch just froze. Wonderful. I don't know what's going on there. Twitter, other websites work. What's going on with my Twitch? All right, there we go. It just oh shit. More people just oh, let me pull this back up on the feed here so you guys can see. Thank you. 26 subs, 300 bits. Thank you so much, guys. One less name. Resubscribe from 1 month at tier 1. Thank you so much. 2 month subscriber. Socialism is not a crime. Subscribe for 1 month at tier 1. Thank you so much. One less name gave out 1 community gift sub. Thank you so much. Hype Train complete at level 6. Your community contributed a total of 26 subs and 300 bits. Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. And with that, I am going to raid. Oh my God. I had to close the thing. What was his Airy at home? Let's do this. All right, everybody. I really enjoyed tonight's stream. Have a great night, and I will see you all on the next stream of Scam Economy or Doomed or both, whatever you choose to tune into. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. If I don't hear from you before that.